Just getting a little set up here before we start. Alright. Take a look at where we were at yesterday. Takes me always a minute to catch back up where I was at and what I was working on next. Let's see. Alright, let's pick back up. We're at the year 1451 and we started at 1066. I have heard that the game actually ends at 1453 at some point. This is my first time playing all the way through, so about to find out if that's true. When I started, it was just these two, and we have slowly taken over a little bit. Nowhere near successful like most people are, but I think for first go at it, I didn't do too bad. Made a lot of mistakes along the way that hopefully I won't make on future ones. So I think I'm debating whether to go out with a bang and kill all kinds of people and do all kinds of bad stuff, or let it play out. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to unpause and see where we're at. Okay, we need to assign our guys all new jobs again. Put them back to work in different places. Let's check our opinions. Green is good, and then as it starts changing to the darker red, like this means they don't like us as much, so kind of our enemies. Some of these with the lighter color we might be able to turn to liking us. Let's see which one's about the lowest. I think we're going to go with one of these two. So we're going to try to improve diplomatic relations, and we'll put it over there. We haven't been there in a while. We're going to put our martial training some more troops. That way we're always prepared for eventual going to war. We're going to have our steward collect some taxes, and I always continue to move him around when possible so that he's not taxing one certain area too much. Otherwise the peasants end up revolting. Like I forgot to move him a couple times before, and yeah, it causes a little problem every once in a while. So I just like to move him around. We're going to put our spy master over there to scheme so that he can discover any sort of plots against us, or he can also discourage vassals from joining factions, which are, I don't even know if we have any going right now. We'll have to see. They're pretty low right now. They don't like our succession line of going to our oldest family member and not sharing amongst a lot of people. Alright, let's continue. Oh, I forgot to move the chaplain. Our chaplain had died or something like last round, so we had to get a new one, and he's on a different timetable than the others now. I like when they're all the same, because then you just do it all at once and forget about it for a little bit. Every 6 months you get to move them around. Our gold's currently at 2022. We got some events going here. At 56, your kinsman, Dunchna Una Brian, has died of natural death. So we'll go ahead and get his wife a new husband. And this looks like she's already had 2 husbands, but we'll get her another one. These are not good matches like usual. Good enough. We're at the end of the game. Let her go. Alright, so we have a child that lacks a guardian since he passed away. So we're going to assign guardian, and I usually let it go to the default. Looks like it's going to be our brother Prince. Goose will be the guardian. You can always see the guardian's traits by clicking on their picture, and he seems to be a pretty good guardian. He has mostly positive traits, which are then sometimes passed down to the kid they're guarding, or being a guardian of, or tutoring them. So we'll go ahead and do that. We have special minor titles grantable. And that means since some people died, we have some open slots now. We can assign somebody to be the keeper of swans. With swan meat being without a doubt the finest meat available from either beast or fowl, the need to ensure a steady supply of swan is important. The post of Master of Swans carries a certain amount of prestige. So whoever we assign to this gets a little monthly salary and some monthly prestige. So in their opinion of us changes by +5. Let's see. We'll go ahead and put the Earl of Dyfide on there because he's not too fond of us. It might improve his opinion just a little bit. See if we have some more that need to be assigned while we're here. Looks like pretty much everybody's full. Oh, I think last time we were working on trying to recruit a new commander in because I like to keep the martial scores around 20-ish if possible. Higher the better, so that if we go to war we have decent marshals running our army. And we have a 16 and a 13, and even the 19s aren't ideal, but better than the 16 and 13. And I think we had been trying to find some new characters, and we weren't having very good luck. Let's take another peek again. So we're going to search all territories. We want somebody who's willing to join our court. And generally, I think they have to be a male. We could try a female, but at this point, I'm just going to do a male. And then we sort by their martial score. So we have some here that are willing to come here, and they have higher scores. So I'd say we invite at least these 3, because that would get us to replace the 2 low ones and 1 of the 19s. So we'll go ahead and invite to court. Invite to court. And get this last guy. Invite to court. And then we'll unpause and wait for them to arrive, and then we'll get them assigned to those positions. One of these days, pretty soon, our marshal's going to pass away anyway because he's 69, and a lot of times they don't make it too much above that. Alright, let's see. And I don't know if we have... This guy might make a good marshal. How old's he? He kind of looks like an old guy, too. 56. Alright, so this is the new one that came in. First, we'll see if we can get him a wife. There's no spouses available, so there went that plan. Okay. So I'm going to go down here to the 13 one, and I'm going to replace him. We'll sort by marshal. Go ahead and do that one. So he's now in position. Still haven't seen the other ones come yet. Here we go. I believe he already has a wife too. Yep, and a kid. Okay, we're going to go and move him to the 16. And then here's the last guy. He has a wife too, and he has a child that could use a guardian. So while we're looking at his portrait here, we'll just throw that on. Now it says there's a chance that he might become Irish because he is currently Greek. I'm going to go and get him into one of the 19s. This 19 one doesn't have any extra traits. Like this one's a flanker, which adds extra bonus when you're fighting. So we'll get rid of this one first. There we go. Alright. Fortunato Flero has been elected the new Doge of the Great Republic of Venice. I haven't had that come up before. I think we caught everything up. Why is there still special titles? Oh, is it because we can make somebody a court jester, but usually do that to somebody that really, really hates you? Oh, we have no designated regent. The person who control things if, like, we become incapable, or if by chance we're an underage heir, then they kind of basically run it in your place for a while. So, we could just make our son the... He's going to be next in line anyway. O'Brien seeks to kill Edward de Tuberville. I don't worry about those as much unless they're trying to kill me or my direct family. Let's clear some of our messages here. Okay. I think I should check and see if no. Okay, we can move our chaplain around. Let's go ahead and move him over here to improve religious relations. Troops are doing okay. We're just a little over 10,000 troops. And we have pacts with a couple of different people who could come to war with us if we need them. Like this one's married to our daughter. And they have 63,000 troops. So it's always a good one to have in your back pocket in case things start going wrong. We had someone grow up here. And he was already betrothed, so he'll just get married now. Let's go check our intrigue tab and see what else we can do. If we quit this war down here, then we could start having some fun with some feasts and fairs and hunts. I don't like the by indulgence for my sins one here. It's like you can send a letter to the Pope and hope to forgive any of our sins, but when you do that, it's like it costs you money to do it in the first place sometimes, and then he keeps wanting more money, and you end up losing 300 gold or so sometimes doing that. So I didn't find that to be that beneficial at this point. So we can invite a holy man to court, but then you get too many holy men and then one thinks he's better than the other. We can invite a noble to court. Why not? He's ready for employment. And then he doesn't have that great of skills. Like I mentioned, something ideally closer to 20 would be good. So he's closest to being a steward, but he's like a long ways off from 20. So we'll just get him a new wife while he's here. Well, that was a good match. At least we'll get some prestige out of it, which I think counts towards your final score when it gets scored out at the end here, which is getting close. I accept your suggestion that they get married. We just got troops chilling over here. I think it's part of this war. Oh, she came to our court. Let's see if we can assign a guardian or fence. Yeah, can't. Okay. One of our kinsmen has become of legal age. So we'll also get him a wife. He was born a twin. He has a twin brother who also just grew up, so we're going to have to do both of them. Smeary. And then we'll go get the other one. And get him a lady. There we go. I accept the proposal. We had recently got ourselves a new queen too. We killed our other queen just for fun. She wasn't liking us too much anyway, and we had already had an affair once. I think she kind of found out about it and wasn't as pleased. So we killed her off and got ourselves a new younger wife. This one's currently 25. She doesn't have any babies though, so if she likes us. And our opinion of her is only 17, so the king's not as fond of her, but I've had the old king end up still making a kid or two once in a while, but our last queen was also related to us accidentally, and we ended up having an inbred son who we had named Satan before I realized he was inbred, and he died because he was just weak and not right. So, and then this is our heir that will be taking over for us. He is currently 40, which is getting on the older side, and he'll probably be a little grumpy from time to time because he's ready to be king and we're just taking up time. And his wife had quite a few kids. So this one's our grandson. He will be in line after that one. And that one's had 2 kids. And I don't think he would let us assign a guardian last time I checked. Oh, maybe he will this time. Alright, in the meantime, when we're over here trying to get friendly with this vassal, it's saying, I believe one of your vassals could be discouraged from associating with factions. If the proper leverage is attained, how do you wish to proceed? Obligate the vassal, threaten the vassal, or will do nothing for now. Generally, the obligate the vassal works for the most part. Once in a while, they just get mad and they went to war against you. Thanks for reminding me of my duties. You're right, of course, and for the foreseeable future, you have my promise not to support any factions conspiring against you. He does end up liking us by -5, so it's like a win-lose one on that one, because he may not join the factions, but now he's also a little grumpier. I gladly accept the guardianship. We want to get a guardian for his sister now. They only will accept one thing at a time, so we wait for him to accept, and then we can do the other one. Alright. He accepts. I think we can move our people now, yeah. I think I left them there a while. Let us see. How about we fabricate a claim? If we can fabricate a claim for some land here, we could go to war and take over another piece of land. So we'll try for this piece. I think we'll move to training. Let's go research some military tech. I think that sounds good. We're going to move our steward to collect taxes. I think he hasn't collected taxes over here in a long time. And then let's build a spy network so we can see if there's any corruption or anything going on in our capital city, which is where we currently reside. Oh, now we can get the chaplain guy on the same timetable as these guys. Let's have him research cultural tech in our capital city. Okay. Let's clear some of my messages here. And then I'm going to go check in on our prisoner that's been rotting in our dungeon for a little bit. I believe about 4 years back they tried to declare war on us or do a revolt, something to that effect. And we have a chance to ransom the prisoner, which would release him again. We could execute him. If you execute him, sometimes other people get grumpy that you executed him. It depends on what his station was. If he was one of your direct vassals, which are the people below you. We could get 70 gold if we ransom him. I say we go ahead. He's kind of an old dude anyway, I think. 58, he could be older. Lord Mayor Joffro. Imprisoned by... So, I think he actually was something in one of our territories here. Oh, our own capital city. This could either bite us in the butt later, but we'll go ahead and ransom him. Get some money. Now he likes us again because we let him out of prison. To the magnificent King Yarnach, that's our name. May you live in harmony and contentment. We should make our relationship even stronger by forming a proper alliance. That's the King of Scotland and King of Egypt. And he is currently married to somebody of our family. Wow, look how many kids they had. They were knocking him out. I wonder if any are twins. Oh, he has a bunch of bastards. He must like the ladies. And not always his wife. I was trying to see how many bastards there were. It always reshuffles them. It's hard to keep track. He has a lot of like sick and depressed and night ideal kids. Legalized bastards. See, he had some dalliances before but okay. He has formed an alliance with, so these two have formed an alliance with, there's a chance they could be ganging up to try to go to war against you. Because she's at -73 opinion and he's at -45. So we might work on putting some pressure. That's the one here and the one over here. So we might, when we get to move our guys again, try to work on those guys. Let's go ahead and accept. Why not? We'll go to a proper... Then he can't go to war against us. Let's look at our realms map. you can see Scotland does have up here, and then they're randomly all the way down over here, which my guess is they took this over in a marriage. They had married into a family, and then somebody died and they inherited the land. I haven't got quite that far to figuring out how to do that, or working down that line of marriage and killing people and whatever in order to be the next in line to inherit some land. But I think that's how they randomly get something really far away from where they're at. Most of the time you're kind of attacking and moving based on your location and slowly creeping your way out. Unless you get in boats and go all the way over somewhere and go get something. But odds are he just married and got it that way. I think that's what happens when you see some random ones like that, just totally out of place. And the same, like, there's different little things that are... France owns this little teeny piece of property. Oh, a daughter was born. Named Mael Mighty. So we'll help put a guardian on that kid. I think we got about a year left here on this this game. Stuart Arnold has had some interesting ideas on how to improve the economy. Adopt his idea. So we lose 25 gold, but our technology speed rate is increased by 100. Want to go ahead. At this point, let's see how our technology is looking. We don't have any points to spend. If we have any points to spend in the different technology categories, we have military advances, economy advances, and cultural advances. This would be slightly blue, and you'd be able to click it to add a point there. So, oh, we can move our guys. So let's go put some pressure on these. These two are trying to gang up against us, so I say we go put a revolt risk. Try to stop any possible revolts. Move our tax guy. Put him over here. And then we're going to do discourage joining factions. And we will improve diplomatic relations. Try to make them feel a little bit better about us. Let's improve religious. So even the bishops and church guys will like us a bit more. I think we're just about to our last year. I don't know if it'll reset right at the end of 1453. And we'll have to start a whole new game. And if we can do a last hurrah here of anything good. Let's see. Intrigue mostly will take too long to carry out any plots. See if we could join anybody else's plot to kill somebody. None of them have too good odds. Let's go check our own plots. When you mouse over it, it'll say like the possible plot power, which is the chance it might succeed. The higher that number, the better. Ideally looking for 300-400, like this one would be pretty good. I'll remember that one. So that seems to be about the highest one. 206, 146. Well, that's not a bad one. Oh, that's our marshal guy. We like him. Let's go see who this other dude was. Where was he? It was Cognac something. This guy. Oh, he's related to us. Oh, that was one that was the twin we just got married. I don't want to do that one. I don't even think it has time to finish before the end of the possible game anyway. We've been playing this game for 386 years, it says. Not sure if we can see our family tree as easily. Dynasty tree. We've been playing it so long, it just goes on forever and ever and ever. Oh. It's kind of hard to see. Definitely doesn't zoom as much. Go to head of dynasty. Well, that's us. Our brothers died. We only have one left. I started running out of names for everybody. So like this one's Duke Slater. Slater off of Saved by the Bell. And this one's Prince Goose. So like Maverick and Goose off of Top Gun. I just can't. I got stuck. Like I can only name people so many different things. After a while, like I have like John the Third because I just can't come up with anything else. Or sometimes if there's a good song on the radio, I'm like, okay, we'll just name it after that singer. Okay, the Scardy. Oh, the war's over. We can do. Oh shoot! It's already November 1st. Darn it! I was thinking we could do a grand hunt real quick, but it turned right before I got to do it. So we can hold a feast now, though. Let's do that because we're running out of time. So let's have an event. I've given orders for a great feast to be hosted in Tronaman. I can't say any of the stuff. Let the preparations begin. All my vassals will be there. That's our capital. Okay, let's unpause it. We think the game's going to end at 1453 here from what I've heard from other people. So we're trying to make a run to the end. The fire blasted right past my face and felt how my hair started to curl away from the fire. The fire eater had been a bit too careless for my taste, but the troop, and he was clearly greatly skilled. The guests would be impressed if they entertained at my feast. Lose 10 gold. Too dangerous. I don't want my guests to catch fire, and then you would lose 10 prestige. Let's go ahead and just lose 10 gold. Let's entertain everybody. My liege, my mission to Adulden. I can't say any of these. Next time I'm playing, I didn't know at the time, like when I started this, that you could rename all these, so I'm going to rename them to easier things. So far has been a success. During my visit to the court, the Countess and I seem to have managed to make her understand what a benevolent and peaceful ruler you really are, and she sends her regards. Perfect. Back to our feast. The best part about preparing the feast is deciding what food stuff to serve. I must purchase venison, boar, and duck, spices, wine, and ale. Honey for the desserts, cheeses, and perhaps even a swan or a peacock. I will spend lavishly on the food, which would cause us to lose 20 gold but gain 10 prestige. Or I spend enough on the food to satisfy everyone's hunger, lose 10 gold. I think we'll go with I'll spend lavishly on food. You know what this reminds me of? And it depends on your age and if you read these, but the Choose Your Own Adventure books. When I was a kid, where you got to decide, which way you were going to go, and then that changed how the book went. Most of the preparations for the Feast of May, now I only have to send out the invitations. I hereby invite you to. Invitations are sent. Oh, somebody always wants us to go and join their wars. If you decline, you lose lots of prestige, and it breaks the alliance. But we can accept and then just not send troops, and we're okay for now. In the future, I hope to join those a bit better. Dear King, I thank you for your invitation, but I will not be able to attend your feast. In fact, I refuse to set foot in the same castle as you. Respectfully, Earl Brundy. Well, I don't like you either. And our opinion of him has changed by -10. I'm thankful for your invitation. In fact, I refuse to step foot in your castle. We have some enemies, obviously. Another one that says, I'm not going to step... Well, that's the one that's already angry at us anyway. Nobody wants to come to our party. It's the end of the game party. Don't they know that? I have to... Oh, no. The stupid war. I have to cancel the feast due to the war I'm currently fighting against one of my enemies. Perhaps after the war I might have a victory feast. Darn it. We couldn't even finish our feast for the end of the game. Darn war. It's nearly over anyway. Somebody's getting their behind kicked. That was unfortunate timing. Let's check in. Your wife is not pregnant. And we are currently 62. Okay. Here's the year rolling. Autosave. And I don't know if we get to go through the year 1453 or if this is the end right here. Or if it goes further, I'm not even really sure. Like I said, I rumored that it ends at 1453. It ended. Game over. So this was my very first playthrough on this. Made a ton of mistakes because I had no idea what I was doing at the start. Now it's going to run a little brief history of this. Must have been our first one. Tells how long some of them ruled for. Duke Dante the Fat ruled for 66 years. Don't tell my friend Dante that he was called the Fat in here. I named quite a few of these after my friends and whatever I could think of. 46 years, 47 years, 11 years. One only ruled for 4 years. He died quickly. Most of them turned into pretty old men. And our current one we've been playing for 44 or 43 years. He went for quite a while. I wonder how I did score-wise. Probably terrible. 45-76. With a score of you beat House Pluggernot, who started off as a cadet branch of the elder house of Anjou. Geoffrey, the founder of the dynasty, was left with the family lands in France when his father went off to Jerusalem to become king. The Plantagenet family had power base in France, and through marriages inherited the Kingdom of England and large parts of France. The French inheritance would lead to an ongoing conflict with France in the 100 Years' War. We didn't do horrible, but probably could have done a whole lot better. I guess it's comparing you against everybody else in the game that was, like auto-playing, more or less. What's the Chronicle book? I don't know if it's slow to load or it's not working. If you're just joining us, we just finished our first ever playthrough on Crusader Kings 2. I was playing on Ireland, or otherwise called Noob Island. Alright, well, I'm going to quit the menu. That was the end. We tried to have a final feast, and we ended up going to war right as the invitations went out. So we didn't get to have our end of game feast. Sorry, it's going to take just a minute, I think, to get back to the menu. How's everyone's Friday night going? I do have, let me go back. I do have the Old World, or Old Gods DLC. I had obtained it in the middle of my last game that I had been playing, so I didn't even really get to see how it worked. Yeah, I just have the Old Gods. It says an earlier start date of 867. Pagans and Zoroastrians are playable. Revolts now have leaders and are more dangerous. Pagans can loot and pillage provinces. Additional features: Christians and Muslims can dispatch missions to convert heathens, and new thematic decisions and events. So we can start with some different interesting characters to play. I almost thought it'd be interesting to try starting from the Muslim side, just so it's completely different than what I've been playing. But I also heard, like, if you play some of the more Viking stuff, that you can do more, like, pillaging things and getting gold, which, when you first start the game, you have almost no gold, and it's really difficult to get going until you get the gold up. So that is tempting to play the Viking. I'm leaning towards maybe this one. We'll see what options we get when we start playing. New game. Required DLC. We want to go to the Viking Age. Alright. I don't know. Should I go for the Muslim sort of Middle East side? That's what I'm leaning towards. This is the one kind of like, European-y stuff I already played. Although it's different when you're starting earlier. Anybody have any thoughts? Because once you start this, you're stuck playing for quite a long while. Has anybody played from the Muslim side yet? New playable group. Decadent system. Polygamy. Definitely would be all new stuff. I think I'm leaning towards this one. Last call. When you want to try Vikings, you should pick Sweden and 867. I know, it's so hard. Like, I want to do Viking and I want to try Muslim. How do I decide? I think I'm just going to go Muslim this time, just because it's such completely different events than what I just did. And then I can go back to maybe the Vikings next playthrough. Or if I get tired of this one, take a little break from this one and then go play a different round. Not allowed to play this character. Oh no! The Sword of Islam DLC. Well, so much for that plan. So Sweden, you said. Let's go look at that. Which one's that one? Is that this guy? Swedish. There we go. Why does it even give me that option if I can't play it yet? Not fair. It's like teased me. Took advantage of the internal struggles of the tribes to conquer and establish a strong Norse realm to the east. His successors expanded their influence and ruled as far south as Kiev, and the dynasty soon adopted the Slavic language and customs, as Viking settlers often did. They eventually became the first Tsars of Russia. Well, here we go, I think. Russia says Russia. I think we'll just go with the default for this round. I don't know if I should do the custom game setup. It's always slow to load everything. Oh, is this the one where it lets you pick everything? Difficulty. Ooh, relatively hard. Oh, I kind of needed, I did super easy last time, and it would be nice to again just between the two. The Viking Age. Vassals. He's independent. So Sweden's much easier. Alright, well, let's give this a go. This is the right one, right? Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Disabled. Defaults. Historical. Siege is on. Okay. Here we go. Oh, I did the Russian. Whoops. Ooh. Do I start over again? Welcome to Crusader Kings 2. I could just start again, I guess. Because we're not too far in yet. Oh no, it exited the whole thing. I wasn't even paying attention. Well, it's gonna take a minute to reload this thing. Oh, you're landlocked. Well, bear with me for a minute. I'm going to have to reload the game here. How long have you been playing? For a long time. I actually bought the game like I think 2 or 3 years ago, and I must have got it when it was on sale, and I wanted to play it, and I started it and it looked so complicated, and I just kind of like let it go to the side, and I think I got busy, and then I was like, I got this game, I haven't even ever played it, and I own it, so I thought I'm going to tackle this thing, and I watched quite a few tutorials just to be able to start playing it, because it does have a high learning curve to start the thing. So here we go again. So is it Bjorn? Is that the Swedish guy? It's always so hard to see these things. Let's go see what our options are when we get in here. New game. Of England. That one's German. I got that one. Byzantine. Francia. That must be... Oh, go to the custom game setup. Then select the realms map and select Sweden. Up in the north. Okay. Up in the north, I remember Sweden was up here. Come on. There we go. Does it still have the name Sweden? Let's see here. Where are you? That's Bulgaria. Italy. But north it's switched. Okay. Here. Ooh, difficulty's even higher though. But if it's easier in the long run. That's the right one, correct? The Borg. He doesn't have any vassals. Oh, this is the one we want. There we go. King Bjorn Ironside. Okay, there we go. That's better. I think I got him now. Okay, here we go. We'll just start game. If we messed up this time, we're just going to live with it. Thanks for the help, too. Like I said, I set up that other game so long ago. Alright. You cannot hold a mention. Okay. There's cultures you can raid overseas with ships. Rulers can raid infidel neighbors for loot. And you can raise rune stones up until the year 1150. Can hold tribal and fort holdings. Can build temples, tribal and fort holdings. Use prestige to build tribal holdings. Priests can inherit titles. Priests can marry. Women may own temple holdings. Fairly weak can we prepare invasions. Fleets can navigate major rivers. Vassals do not mind if their levies are raised. Oh, that's nice. We can go to war a lot more. Non-pagans with low tech have a very slow supply limit. All kinds of things with this one. Women may hold spy master positions. Yay! Finally some ladies to play in the game. Okay. Okay. Here we go. A fresh start. Alright. So we're 46. Wife is 45. We're a Viking. Hunter, brave, temperate, arbitrary, and shy. Our son. He has a son too, but he's not married. Maybe we can get him a wife too while we're here. Well, let's just wait a minute. So many things to do right now. And our daughter, she's a queen of Hogildamar. It's all different playing here. Realms. Okay, that's more what I'm used to. See how this goes. I want to see some of the council positions. Settle tribe. Build zeal. Have your seer whip up religious zeal among the people, increasing your piety and possibly even attracting some holy warriors. If you don't use these troops for religious wars, they will get angry and you will lose piety. Oh. Build legend. Oh, there's all kinds of new options. It's kind of fun. It's like a fresh start again. So the same old you've been playing for the last 400 years. Have your steward build legend among the people, increasing your prestige and possibly even raising some eager warriors. If you don't use those troops and go to war, they will get angry at you and you will lose prestige. So instead of the vassals being angry that their troops have been raised for too long, now people are going to get mad if you're not going to war. It's definitely a bit of a switch. Oversee construction and then settle tribe. Assign your steward to settle members of your tribe in the country, increasing their chances that the culture will change to Norse. Organize a raid. Have your marshal gather men for a great raid for plunder and glory. If you don't use these troops, they'll get angry. Woo, that seems to be a main theme here. Prove diplomatic relations, that's the same. Fabricate claims and sow dissent. So a few new options there. We have all kinds of minor titles we can assign here. Boy, it's always a little overwhelming when you start. So much to do. 2 titles can be created. The Duchy of Osthaja and the Duchy of Berslingen. We have an unmarried heir. We can pick an ambition for ourselves. And we have minor titles to assign. And then we have to put all our council members to work. Let's see what our options are. Amass a wealth. Oh, we only have 62 gold. It's been a long time since I had that little gold. That's always the painful part when you start, is it's a little slow go to get off the ground. Become a pagan of virtue. Prove your stewardship. What's our 5? Prove your learning. That's worse. 3. Intrigue is 5. Become a king of Sweden. That always takes a while. We have to get to 500 gold. Maybe we'll not make that our first one. We need some gold. Alright, let's go get our Son married. I'll work on finding him a good lady. A couple new traits in here, too. Stubborn. Oh, she's a Russian princess. I watch their ages. 21. He already has an heir, so... But if that one dies, we gotta have something on the backup here. Ooh, I always like the geniuses. This one doesn't look too bad. -5 to... Oh, no. She's a little, not into having babies. So much for that plan. Priestess. Oh, sympathy for Judaism. Well, that's a kid. I don't want to wait that long. Diligent, lustful. Well, there we go. Stubborn. Yeah, why not? There we go. Although, I think she was young enough. Okay. We took care of that. We have some titles. Oh, we need to get a regent. Good enough. Cupbearer. We're just going to start signing these. We can reassign later. Laws speaker. Takes a minute to get everything set up here on this new one. Down is serving as the standard bearer. We're just throwing people in these positions. Hired men are seen as the ruler's trusted companions in arms, and the holders of the title of command deal a great lot of respect. 1, 2. Hopefully none of these come back to bite me in the butt for picking them, but... Commanders are some terrible skills. I wonder if we can entice anybody to come yet. Well, it's a little bit better than 7. Let's go ahead and invite to court. That'll be enough. Okay. Oy, oy, oy. If you're just joining us, I had just completed my very first run through playing Ireland, and we're setting up to play a Viking now. So it's a fresh game, taking me just a minute to get my bearings and get everything up and running here. I just got to peek, because some things are new options now from the last one I played, because I have the Old Gods DLC, which I ended up getting in the middle of my last game, so I don't think it really was taking effect too well. And since we're playing in a different area, we're going to have some different options now. I think we can create some titles, but usually that takes more money than we probably have right now. Yeah. We don't have any money for that yet, so that one will be a little bit down the line. We're currently having a little attack going on here. We're trying to take over here, it appears. Alright. Council members. That's the last thing we gotta do, is put them to work. Okay. Let's see what opinions are of us. Everybody's pretty friendly. I think we should start trying to fabricate some, maybe we could fabricate some claims here. Kind of stick in our area here. Alright, let's train some troops, because we need... How many do we even have? Well, that's not horrible. If we're going to be going on some raids and doing some stuff, we need to get some extra troops. Settle tribe. Use a transcription Norse. Oversee construction. Build a legend. Warriors raised. We need some more warriors. Let's go with that for now. Build a spy network. Let's study some technology. Sure can't hurt it in the beginning here. We'll go down there. Alright, let's check our last option here for our seer instead of a court chaplain. Build Zill. Monthly piety 0 lots raised. Attracting some holy warriors. Guess we could try that one to start with. Okay, I think we're ready to unpause and see what's going to happen. Maybe I should save my game. Let's do a little quick save here. Just so if I mess something up real bad right off the start, I can start over without having to reset 100% of the stuff. Start of game. Okay. Here we go. Day 1 of our new playthrough. My second time ever playing. I accept your invitation and I will join your court. So that was one we were going to try to get for our commander's positions. Our son's getting married. We can collect a royal aid and duty to pay for their ceremonies. Yes, it's everyone's concern. We gain 10 gold. No. People respect wealth. Gain 25 prestige. We really need some gold right now. I think we're going to go gain gold. I accept your invitation to join your court and I'll be there forthwith. See if we can get him a lady too. Over there. This one as well. Okay. And then let's go check our... Let's try to slow this down a little. Our titles. Because we're going to try to get some... This is a better commander. There we go. We'll just replace... Oh, no, we didn't. I thought we had another one. Okay. Ooh, got a little battle going on over here. Is that the one we're involved in? Okay, North Cumbria. Oh, our brother's fighting. Yeah, he's the one who's fighting over here. Our Marshal has initiated a massive recruitment drive, so we're trying to get us some troops going. At 65, your mother died of natural death. Son, her husband, so that's the end of the line. So these are all my family members. What kind of laws do we have going? Gavelkind. It's when it's divided to the oldest children. That's how you end up with like how all the brothers had land. Pagal obligation. See our threats. They already have faction problems. Not too bad though, 5%. Has become a hired man. And someone left your court. Oh, he married and left. Oh, well. Oh, because she's the in charge. Okay. Let's see what our capital looks like. Earth Hill Fort. A symbol will provide limited defense against our enemies. Probably need to start building up some of our stuff here. A market village. Expand the market village. A town will allow even more inhabitants to settle and improve our trade. Fortunately, we don't have much gold to do anything, so we gotta be careful what we spend it on here to start with. The Sons of Lord Bach invasion has ended. King Hajvan Jovak won. I believe that is our... Okay. Alright. I don't know if we need to do that right away or wait a little bit. It's not like we don't have any troops. What's our little town look like? Temple walls. Picking Junksford. Alrighty. Let's see. I forgot to unpause it. Okay. When do we get to move our people? Oh, it's time to do some more stuff. But most of the stuff's got to go in the same general area. We're still studying technology in Roma. Since it has a 12% yearly chance of... and then we'll give it another round before we move them again. Same thing. Zealots raised 32% chance each year. I think if we're going to spend money in our construction, we'll go ahead and move our steward over to help speed up the construction time. Still training troops. Probably should organize a raid pretty soon just so we can start getting some gold. And give out that a try. Everything's all shiny and new again. Kind of exciting to start fresh. Like I said, it's been a long time since I only had 84 gold. How does the military stuff even work? I better take a peek at this screen for a minute. Uh-oh. I don't feel too well. There's something wrong with me. I'm burning up with fever. My nose is running and my head feels as if someone is banging something hard against it. Please kill me. He's going to gain the trait of ill, which puts our fertility and our health down. Great. We probably get the one guy that dies like same second we start playing. At least all of our vassals are pretty happy with us, so they'll help send troops when it comes time. Hopefully. Mercenaries. We don't have hardly any money for that. No holy orders yet. Okay. That sucks. We're already sick. Only like our first year. Someone accepted the peace offer. Let's see if we have any events we could do. No. Yeah, hold a great blot. I don't want to do those anyway because they all cost. But I was just taking a peek at what options there are in the intrigue. No known plots. Plenty of available plots to kill and do things, but I just want to get the basics down first. I think it might be time to try to go do a raid just to test this out. Organize a raid. See what happens. I probably should watch some tutorials on how to play the Viking side. My liege, my work in Harjad seems to have come to frustration. I can't even talk tonight. By bribing, cajoling, extorting, threatening, and forging documents, I've managed to fabricate a claim on the chieftain of Harjal, presently held by Ivan Shavazad. Is that her brother, probably? I'll leave it up to you if you want to use it or not. We don't lose 14.9 gold and lose prestige, because I think it's our own vassal. Let it go. We better let it go. I don't think we're quite prepared. I didn't think it was going to take that fast. That wasn't such a good move. Oop, got an autosave. Improve diplomatic relations. The king of Malja Almas has decided to settle down in the Carithian basin, making a new homeland of the Magyar tribes. Interesting. Let's push pause for a second here. Okay. We're still working on building our legend. We're still studying technology. Maybe we should build a spy network, make sure nothing's crazy going on in our own little area. And we're still trying to get some people of holy warriors. We're trying to track some of those. Alright, so somebody grew up, became an adult. We need some prestige. We gotta find some good marriages here. Get our numbers up. There we go. At least we get something. A son was born. Let's assign a guardian. Deceitful, stubborn. Probably not the best guardian there. Skilled tactician, humble, cynical, envious. Let's just go check for a few others here. Oh, there we go. That's looking a little bit better. Well, not cruel, but patient. Never mind. False alarm. That wasn't a good one. But we don't have very many choices. I guess we'll just leave it default for now. Alright. I'll pause again. I think we caught up everything. The war has ended. I'm starting to think Potajan might fancy me. Make my move. I will go into her chamber. It's not appropriate. Game 5 piety. Let's see what our wife... She's older. 29. Maybe we can get ourselves a bastard. Let's make our move. I will go into her bedchamber. I went into her bedchamber and gave her a good tumble. It's good to be the king. I accept your suggestion that they get married. Okay. We're up to 88 gold. I really could use some more money. How does this rate? Cannot assign a new job. Takes an 18% chance yearly that a raid is organized. Not great odds, but at this point we'll take it. It's February. Our skills aren't super great. Viking, we're a hunter. Still ill. So sometimes when you're ill, there's a pretty good chance you're going to die soon. Not every time, but we're the heir to quite a few places. Chief of Upland. I'm just trying to get a feel for all his territory here. And then this whole section. This piece. So mainly this little quadrant is ours. Just trying to check out who some of our neighbors are here. That's us. What's this little island here? Oh. Work can be tedious when one problem is solved, another one pops up. I tire of having to complete the same task over and over again. Let someone else do this, and then we get slothful. Gives us a negative to all kinds of stuff. I can rest in heaven. 60% chance that we'll gain the trait stressed, or 45% chance he'll gain the trait diligent. I hope we don't get stressed because we're already ill, but I think let's roll the dice and go. A new bird has arrived in the muse, and the new book on the art of writing poetry is in the library. I should start reading the book. There's a 50% chance that the book is filled with bunkum, or it's filled with inspiration. I should take her out for a hunt. 50% of a disastrous falconry, or 50% chance of fortunate falconry. Let's read the book. I woke this morning feeling much better. It seems my illness is past. Hallelujah. We're alive. I don't want to die yet. We just barely got going. Gotta catch a break here. Oh, I should pick the ambition to become King of Sweden, because you'll have real free subjugation of Ellie vassal inside that kingdom. Scroll up in decisions. You could work on reform to feudalism and just go raiding. Raise your troops. Then on the right side, there is a button to toggle looters. Okay. Just start over the poor maid. May they find the urn. The Faring Guard. Actually worded, even though young men it's for sure. The book is really inspiring. I feel creativity bursting through my body. Give me a quill. So we get a +1 to our diplomacy skill. So we just raise troops, what you're saying. That's going to cost us 3 gold per month. We could try. See if I can do this. The right side, there's a button to toggle looters. Was it before I raised the troops, or? What's that one? Raise personal levies. Won't even let me mouse over that one. Out of 10. So I think I quite did that. Toggle. Oh, there we go. Got it. Setting this unit in a looter will allow you to raid the counties and holdings of other rulers for gold. This will cause the ruler in question to become temporarily hostile towards you, allowing them to attack your armies at will. Looters' armies will only cost 10% maintenance if you are at peace. Okay. So we could just go where we want to do this, I guess. I don't want to piss off anyone that's directly next to us, but... Let's give it a try. Thanks for all the tips, too. Like I said, still learning this game, and if you've played this before, you know it's got a bit of a learning curve. Probably could have checked to see how much gold they even had to loot. My steward tells me that his efforts in praising my name and deeds have met with great success. A small army of warriors have converged at the upland tribe ready to serve me. I just need to make sure they have someone to fight within a year, lest they become troublesome. Splendid. Maybe I could send these on a separate raid. I don't think we have any commanders hardly left, because we're all over. We need to get some more people here. I can't tell which ones are already in our court here. There we go. We just need to get some more bodies here. Okay, let's get some guys here. My marshal has gathered up a great host of raiders, lusting for plundering, wanton, and destruction. I must use these men and not allow them to sit idle for too long. Great news indeed. I'll accept your invitation. Why didn't they come together? Select unit. Swedish warriors and raiders. No idea what I just did there. Because we can't have that many hired men. Go back to training some troops. Settle tribe. Assign your steward to tribe in the county, increasing. All right. No good matches there. Alright, so they're sieging, it looks like. Hopefully we can get some loot. Oh, I think I clicked the wrong thing. Whee! My modest attempts to poetry was never meant to be published, but whenever I go, bards and minstrels are reciting my singing my poems. Fame and fortune awaits. We gain the trade of poet. Siege view. There we go. So I think we're still in some money. I don't know what I did with this mess. It's still... Courtier had a son. Sign a guardian. It seems my dalliance with the one chick we had the affair with has resulted in a child. Fortunately, her husband thinks little Cole is his. Oops. Told you we'd probably end up with a extra kid along the line. However, he's not going to be our heir exactly. Commission a runestone. Well, we don't have that kind of extra funds to mess with right now. What do those do? Runestones. To chronicle your exploits in memory of a dead parent. This can be done once in a lifetime, but others will look more favorably on you for a time. Well, we don't have 100 gold to be spending on that stuff right now. We want a victory. Uh-oh. We're about to get attacked here, and we do not have a very good amount of troops. I wonder if we can... Oh, looks like we're in trouble. Whoop. We don't even have a commander. Please let us win. I feel like I'm like on day one again of playing this game. It's all like confusing and overwhelming, and it just takes you a minute to figure it out and get into a routine. Yeah, that was probably a mistake. Oops. At least we gained some gold in that siege up here. This one worked. Can we just keep moving around and attacking random people? I need to probably check if these are like related to us or anything before I get going too bad. This one's already got troop people in there. My mission to Upland so far has been a great success. During my visit to the court, I seem to manage to make him understand what a benevolent and pious ruler you really are, and he sends his regards. Okay. I think we're gonna see about going over here. How do I deal with these guys? We'll send those back. I think we have an extra. Oh no, we're having a little battle. Luckily, we have a lot more troops. I wanted to just siege. There we go. Can't merge those. Still train some more troops. Looted 19 gold. I have to watch it too because our military guys are costing me. It's not too bad. I was gonna say 0.36 gold. That's doable per month. Because you don't want to be like paying more for the troops than they're actually bringing in. And they're looting. Okay. I think I'm going to have to watch some more tutorials on this Viking stuff before I play the next round again. Let's see. We can do a little more. How's our revolts? I didn't even check that. Sure, it's probably alright. Everything looks good. Everybody's still nice and happy with us right now. What are our other options here? I think we probably need to do a little bit of construction in our little... Let's see. A simple heathen hill fort will provide limited defense against our enemies. We probably just need a little something here. Throw a couple gold at some improvements. No technology points. I heard that you should really do like any possible construction advances if you can early on. So that's going to be one of my new goals. I should check these a little bit better before I go to see what kind of loot they have available. We went to a pretty good one to start with. They had quite a bit of gold. Ooh. That one's got 10. That's looking a little bit better. He's got some troops, though, if he gets angry. Ooh, 16. That's looking a little more promising down this way. However, he's got this whole one. I'm voting we go here. That's a long walk, though. Just don't know what to do with these troops down here yet. Gotta get everybody on the same page. It helps if you unpause the game. Go figure, right? It's like, why am I not going down on this red part here? Oh, King has usurped the title of chieftain of Ostrogoth. All these names are so difficult. We can rename these areas. So one point here pretty quick, I'm going to start deciding some names so that they're easier for me to say and remember, like, you know, different states and the U.S. or something. However, if you're trying to keep it more historical, I suppose you keep it as they are. I have to decide what I'm going to do. We had a victory. We only looted 2 gold. That was a long siege for 2 gold. Let's go down to this one. It's a bit of a walk. Okay. Let's go see if we can... Yeah, time to... Improve diplomatic relations. Sow dissent. Fabricate claims. The fabricate claims didn't work into our favor because we really weren't ready to go take over land just yet. At least I'm not. Yeah, what the heck, put him there. The warriors my steward raised to fight for my glory have become disillusioned by my pacifism and have gone home in disgust, causing me to great loss of faith. Ooh. Yeah, I gotta watch some tutorials so I can do better at using these guys all together. Learning curve here. I wonder if we could merge them. Let's put them both together. Hopefully we can end up at the same place here in a minute. Manage to make them understand. Change by 20. Probably need to work on getting some more of this stuff up. Uh-oh, we died. You have a new error. Well, there went that. Well, this might be a good spot to stop for the evening before I have to start all over again. Getting everybody all set up and lined up. And then I'm going to have to watch a couple tutorials just to get a basic overview of Viking, how to succeed in being a Viking. So I guess that's about it for this evening. If you have any questions or any suggestions for me, more like suggestions, just let me know and hit the follow button if you liked it. I'm trying to stream most evenings, not every evening, and I'm on Mountain Standard Time, so I usually quit around midnight most of the time. Depends on the night, and if I have to go to work in the morning, we'll see. But thanks for joining me this evening, and I appreciate all the help. This was definitely a back to square one day. So I'm going to work on saving, and I will see you guys maybe tomorrow. Have a nice night.